if you noticed, the thumbnail had made a horrifying 3D height map of my face. It's just the worst thing ever. And I asked if he could take a minute and show us how he made that. Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to the Laser Source Podcast, the number one podcast if you like watching a man gain weight every time he publishes a new episode. If it's your first time here, I'm not quite fat enough yet, so I'm going to go ahead and crack another Coca-Cola. Ah, the sweet sound of Coke. I can feel the calories bunching together and turning into extra lipids in my body as I speak. How are you boys?
Cheers, Alex.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
I mean, I have Mountain Dew. The choice of a new generation.
Miranda instantly. Just, oh my God.
Yep. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Dude, I'm chilling.
I'm so tired.
I took my meds early tonight. I'm popping off. Let's go.
I feel like we've all had a long day.
I've had a short day.
Oh.
I need my day to be longer.
Is Alex frozen? Only his heart, actually. Just interesting tidbit.
Accurate. No, I'm in the office downstairs with Coraline, and she's sleeping, and she just fell asleep, and it's a little precarious, so I'm not going to turn the lights on I usually turn on for the show. Thus, it is perfectly pitch black in here, and there's not much to see, so I'm just kind of sitting in the dark talking to my boyfriends.
I feel like Nugget, by the way.
Plus, you don't want to look at me, because I'm a fat bastard, apparently, so...
I love how earlier he's like, that didn't bother me.
It didn't bother me at all.
So
didn't bother me at all.
This is what Nugget looks like when she pops up when you're not expecting her to. I feel like she's just like, he's like, Daddy.
That's definitely the face. That is definitely the face.
The face.
Let's see. Miranda's first again. We got Michael from ET Laserworks is Thoid. Nice way to go. Miranda got first. Engraved Dreams back. Welcome, becoming a regular. We got Bronson. We got to talk about Bronson. He's going to be on an episode soon.
Bronson.
We pulled him into the chat earlier this week, the admin chat, to talk to him, give him a little coffee talk about some of the stuff he's got going on. Jack in the shop, the actual first. Congratulations, Jack. Let's see. My God, we got Andrew. You got Vince. Miranda's first again. Loki do. Kyle's here. Hi, Kyle. Long time no see.
What is that?
What
is that? Wait, go back to Kyle's.
Go back to Kyle.
That's
his brain loading right now.
You like my loading screens?
Is that what that is? It's on purpose? It's not an error?
Oh, no, that's on purpose.
Well, there you
go. Or is it?
Oh, God. What's funny is that's going to make my brain do that, so I'm not going to. Nope. And then we have Laura from Laser of Love Creations, who's one of our she's in our army now, the Maker Army. So
it's Lara.
Lara's here. She brought snacks for everybody. She's like, I wait for her to open up her purse and be like, I stole these for you.
Lara's got snacks and she's in charge.
Let's see who else. I thought Charles was in charge. We got Rob from We Do Widgets. What's up, Rob? We got Rob? John Uftring here. Mike C is here. We got a lot of people here. My gosh. Miranda, OMG, and Resin Dragon Studios. Hey, what's up, Resin? And then Direct Tech. There you go. Hello. That was a lot.
It was a lot. And growing.
Is that the Flintstones you're doing now?
No, I was reading the title of my next tape.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Maxie just showed up. What's up, Maxie?
Hey.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, this week has been a long week, and it's only Tuesday. Let's see. I had my first $10,000 week as a company ever.
Whoa, really? Good boy.
that was big. I was talking to Laura about it the other day, actually, because she messages me on the Facebook. And so I had a $6,000 order for signage, if you can believe it. Really not like the most exciting job, but it's very like prolific. Like it just keeps going. And when I delivered those today, they were like, we want to get 20 more. So I was like, you got it. So we're doing more of those. And then I gave them cups. And so this is where, okay, we were talking about it last week, like making decisions to like drop off products. I think it was last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. My brain's kind of fuzzy. But what's really cool is I took in some cups today just as a way to say thank you, because it's summertime. So some insulated tumblers would be pretty good for anybody. And I put their logo across it. And as I walked in, they were actually in the middle of I never got an email back from her about what time I should come. And so when I walked in, they've got like a board meeting or something going on. And I was able to drop off the cups and all the stuff that I made. And I was able to kind of like wave out and say like, hey, I'll talk to you later. But while I was bringing in the items that I made, the lady who's the deputy director was talking about fundraisers. And with cups, I've done fundraisers. So I've talked about it. That was like my first episode ever on the channel. Was basically I sell them the cups for like $16, $16 if they buy bulk. You kind of drop the price and then let them sell it for whatever they want, and that's how they can do a fundraiser with you. So those cups I now can literally say like, here's the item that I would make for you guys that you can sell, because they're a nonprofit and they basically work off of revenue from fundraising. So pretty excited to see if that turns into something even more lucrative, because they're a company that is always doing something with fundraising like all throughout the year. So that'd be pretty cool if I could work with them and be their guy. So anyways, don't be afraid to go, like, because I could have just shipped that through UPS, but that's what I did is I just made sure I got a chance to walk in. And Alex literally was like, why are you driving over there? And I was like, just to get some FaceTime and say thanks. And he's like, yeah, that's fair. And when I casually joined another company's board meeting, I mean, basically. And so that's just one of those things where like I didn't really join it so much as like the lady's name was Stephanie. I literally was like, hey, I got these like cups for you. I don't know. I hope that's what she thought I was saying. And like, let's get wasted at the meeting. I don't know. So anyways, long story short, go the extra mile, walk in there, get some FaceTime, take a couple of items, make a hat, make a cup, and get in there and see if you can make some more stuff for them. So
should make an episode for the channel that's just titled like "Give Shit Away for Free" or something.
Yeah, it's always in our Facebook group. It's asked about on the LMA. It's asked about in the Laser Lounge. It's asked about in pretty much like 3 or 4 different groups on Facebook too. And so yeah, basically shots, said Resin. So yeah, it's literally just one of those things where like, and I think Anthony even said that's how he got his first like taste of money making with the tumblers that he made on the Diode. Like he literally bought a Diode, was like, hey, let me see if I can make a tumbler. And he took it into a coffee house, and then he ended up literally making enough money to buy like a CO2 laser. The CO2 laser made more cups faster, so he made more money. So definitely a thing to think about, right?
Nice.
So just a heads up. And then schools right now, if you haven't reached out to schools, end of the year items are huge right now. My God, those orders are coming in. I literally just got done. I'll pull up my order to show you guys that I just finished last night at like 1:30 in the morning at some point. But definitely not saying this to brag, just to show you guys like it's out there. Like, let me see if I can get this pulled up actually. And if you haven't, like if you're somebody who just got their laser, and this is what we talk about in the business course on the LMA, by the way, is like I am definitely like a job shop, like the jack of all trades job shop. So this was I took this today. The coach is coming to pick these up, but literally batons, plaques, trophies, cups, and then other resin stuff. And that's all things that he picked out of the magazine that I have ready to go. So really, really quick and easy order. I think there's probably like $60 worth of stuff there from my end. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, about $60 out of my pocket, and it was a $300 order. So just saying.
Did they provide that like award with their shoe with the wings on it?
No, that's actually from JDS. I have a magazine.
That's so like oddly specific. What a specific item.
They have some really, so Johnson Plastics Plus, by the way, our sponsor. They have a lot of really cool like plaques and stuff, but the trophies. So if you're someone who's looking for like specific sport trophies, that is something that other companies have. Like there's JDS, there's oh my gosh, you guys help me out real quick. Humble brag by Matt. No, shut up, right? I'm just trying to tell you guys it's the end of the year. Like I know down here school ends Friday, so but for some of you guys school goes for like another month. So call those places, get those things done, and honestly, a lot of these people are looking for people to do this for them, but they don't know how to find them. So just a thought. But yeah, so anyways, that was one of the things I was going to mention to you guys. But yeah, so this is from JDS. There's another one like Mark's. I can't remember the name of the other place that people get their trophies
Custom
from.
engraving plates.
Oh, well, see, that's the other thing. Oh, I forgot about that job. It's actually sitting right in front of me. Jesus. So these are actually from JDS. No big deal. But then the other thing was customengravingplates.com just sent these over. So these are literally, I'm making like $1 a piece off these, and it's a 30-second engrave. And I've got 100 of them sitting here in a big baggie that I have to do after the show, or I could do them during the show, whatever. Marco's Award. Thank you, Lori. Yes, you're the best. And Miranda was saying the end of June for a lot of you guys. So yeah, literally just send your name to the assistant principal of athletics and stuff like that, and you can get your name in front of those people. But anyways, yep. So I'm doing these. It's just so many things. I'm so tired. But anywho, so yeah, that's it. That's why I'm exhausted this week.
You're doing great, buddy.
I'm trying to. And then Alex wants me to keep working for him. What a jerk.
Yeah.
He's literally like, "Oh, did you do our stuff?" Yes, I did. I'm the best part-time employee.
That's a good news update, dude.
By the way, you guys in the chat, tell us what you're working on this week, man. I want to hear about your stuff.
I saw 3DHP was saying he finally mastered fiber picks on metal business cards. That's pretty sick.
Sweet. Finally got my
It's a good feeling when you get that after watching people do it for a long time. When you pull it off, it feels real nice.
Very nice.
Well, my update, I spent way too long on this. I've been batch shooting content, so I just like have a huge pile of crap that is shot now that I began editing like yesterday. I uploaded this new episode. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go see it and share it with somebody, because I put way more work into this than I should have, just based on what it is. But Matt and Kyle have both done one or more projects with boxes.py, which is like the box generator software that's free online. And I'd never done one, so I really wanted to do one. And when I started this project, I realized like the Miro was completely disconnected and discombobulated from before LBX. So we had to kind of get it back up to snuff before we could even start the box project. So the box project is my next edit. But before I get to that, I uploaded this video where we're just kind of putting the mirror back together and checking all the components and literally physically cleaning it up. So it's a good episode. Again, I spent like way more time on it than I should have. So it's like really heavily edited and just super clean and pretty fun to watch. I like it because it reminds me of old Laser Everything. I was telling the guys earlier, it's got like old time vibes to it, where we're just sitting down and busting some ass in front of the camera. And I miss making videos like that. So this was really refreshing for me to make. So if you haven't already seen this, go check it out. That's my news. I've just been editing stuff and trying to get more content lined up, because things have been kind of sparse the last 2 weeks. So, the guys have been there watching me. I've been nonstop in the shop for like 14 days straight, just shooting. I had to buy bigger hard drives because I ran out of space. So this one's up now. It's the first of many in a string of like recent content things that we have together. Plus, Kyle and Matt both have some episodes as well sitting in the edit queue that I will be getting to sooner than later. So, yeah, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. That's my big news.
All right. I'm going to say real quick, because I asked it, I figure I should let people share the cool things they're doing. Laser of Love said I've been making purses with living hinges, which, by the way, Laura makes some awesome stuff. Check that out.
Oh, yo.
Is that sick?
I love living hinges. That was on our 2024. Or Kyle, you're muted, bro. That was on our 2024 roadmap of things that we were supposed to cover this year, and I still really want to do that.
Laura made it. Thank you, Laura. Yeah. Check that off.
Thank you, Laura.
Your photo game is on point over there.
I know, right? I wonder. Okay, I wanted to ask: is this photo room? So, Laura, is this photo room? I feel like it is. And what's crazy is you can't tell. Yeah, it's like a fake. So you basically take a picture of the item, like somewhere, and then you can put anything. Like you can literally put it in on a table at a restaurant. You could do all kinds of stuff. So Laura, if you're listening right now, is this a photo room? Is what I want to know. Let's see. Then we had Gretch is working on keeping her cats from sleeping on top of the enclosure. Always good luck with that. And then 3HP.
One's for these bottoms. Yeah.
And then 3HP is working on a 10-layer clock cut-on diode file from Etsy.
Holy moly, Jerry!
Yeah, that's a lot going on. Mike C, and this might be something that Kyle can talk about. I've been searching for info on deep engraves, but with graphite with fiber. So that's another thing. But deep engraves. So
yeah, we can talk about that real quick.
Go for it.
I want to see graphite.
Right?
Huh? Can you just buy a block of graphite? Now I'm going to look.
I think they use them as conductors for stuff, but so graphite powder, it can be flammable, kind of like how you wouldn't want to put a fire out with a plume of flour dust, right? So there's some concerns with engraving it, but it absolutely can be done.
Oh my God.
There's safety concerns you want to be cognizant of. And a lot of the time, too, there are specialized exhaust systems that are used for exhausting them. Because if the powder builds up inside your exhaust, there's a static discharge, it can ignite your exhaust system, and you basically have like a chimney fire through your exhaust.
Well, fun story. I just bought 4 graphite blocks, 99.9% high purity EDM graphite plate. Ingot, they call it, which will now arrive between June 3rd and June 13th. And the order total, get this, for 4 50 by 50 by 20 millimeter blocks was $15. So buying that on Amazon, ka-ching, fire chimney, here we come.
Maybe don't send that through the exhaust for the building.
Too late. Well, it's not too late, but it will be. That's what I'll say when I've already done it.
You use your extractor.
And then we'll make a video about why. It'll be on fire behind me. I'll be like, this was a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Why didn't anybody warn me?
If only we would have. All right.
Where's Kyle?
Oh my God.
Right.
Well, now I'm thinking, because I combined things in my head. So they mentioned the graphite, and my first thought was like doing the height map relief into the graphite at like 50 millimeters. That would be sick, like a big one, because graphite's so soft, it'd probably go pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's not about the gas that it off gases when you burn it, essentially. It's the powder that's removed as a result of engraving it. So like think about like when you deep engrave slate, right? Mm-hmm. All of that really fine particle dust that gets stuck to the surface with like static, that's what's dangerous.
Mike C says it's for casting and EDM, but I don't know what EDM is. What is EDM?
It's like how you use a wire to cut through a solid metal block.
Oh. That's pretty cool. He also says, from what I found so far, it mostly converts to CO2. That makes sense. And not much dust when lasered. Yeah, interesting.
Rose just noticed after 15 minutes or so that Alex is just there staring, unblinking, menacing.
Yeah, that's my murder face.
It's also his good morning face. If he's having a good day, I'm like, what's up? And he's like, good morning.
It's my good morning face if I'm murdering you.
Yeah, Gretch actually corrected you. EDM is electric dance music, so that's what it's used for. Just
no.
Let's see. Ooh, I'm actually excited. All right, Kyle, am I going to interrupt you if I talk about something that I found this week?
Go ahead.
Okay, because a couple of things, by the way. Laura is now messaging me her pictures of the stuff, like of her final product. Like, okay, I got to share it. Look at this. Look at this craziness.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
god.
tweet.
That is way more than I'll ever be able to do. And those nails, Laura, my God. All
How do
right.
you open it? Now I want to watch a video. Laura, send Matt a video so we can watch you open it.
I think that's a magnet probably inside of
I
there.
still want to see
behind
it. I want to see it.
Just saying. I don't know what other pictures are in there. Laura sends me some crazy stuff.
Absolutely beautiful work.
Yeah, she's like, check out this cool thing I made. And I'm just like, you're making me feel bad. Like, stop it. Let's see. Here's this thing before it was, I think, I don't know what she must have done.
Are these selling, Laura? Where's Laura? Why isn't Laura on the podcast?
I told her she needs to come on here, and she's like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, Laura, come on.
But she should, because everybody loves her. All right. So one of the things I found, hold on. Kyle and I were talking about this. I happened to find, like, I've been looking for a long time since we're talking about depth engraving. And Kyle, what's the stone we were talking about? Black.
Wait,
marble?
what?
Graphite?
What?
Nope.
It was granite, wasn't it?
Granite. Thank you. So this, I had no idea. And you can, like, call me a shill and do whatever you want. I don't care. But we literally were just joking around about it. Like, I said I wanted to, I wish I could find granite. Like, we were messing around because I was like, man, I got a lady who just lost a pet. And this just, like, out of nowhere, I was like, wait, black granite. So I just typed in, like, stone, black stone, and granite popped up. So I ordered these right here. Where are they? 4x8. So I just got these 4x8s, and I think it's going to make really cool. And I'm kind of wondering, like, you can kind of see here, they did like it looks like a depth engrave on that big circle one. And that was one of the things Kyle and I were talking about earlier today or yesterday, was like depth engrave and like some of the programs available and stuff like that. Because I did Roscoe's on slate, and I really can't, like, outside. I'm afraid to take it outside for too long because, like, rain and stuff like that, even if with a treatment, it can still kind of dull it. But I think if it was on granite, it would be good. So, like,
I have some of this in my shop actually. Before Johnson Plastics was sponsoring the podcast, they had these in like coaster form, and I was just trying to like grab a bunch of different materials to like have at the shop, and I ordered them. So I have a bunch of this sitting around too. Yeah, and they've got 3x3 3/4, 4x6. They've got all kinds of different ones. Like, this is the kind of thing you could throw in your shop, especially at $11 a piece. Those are out of stock, it looks like. So there's only a few that are left, like 6x6. They've got some. You just got to look. But that's the kind of stuff, like, I need to get because I already know how to do it. And when you can do those kind of things, like, man, like, I know it sounds bad. Like, this is where the business side of me sounds bad, but I'm like, you can make a lot of profit off of that, because it's one of those things where, like, when my dog passed away, I would pay for a nice homage, like something that pays homage to my pet. Like, I would pay for that because my kids don't really know him. They didn't get to know him. So now we've got like something that reminds us in the house. So just saying. But anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. And Colin had talked about doing like a depth engrave of it. Like, could you do something that was 3-dimensional so you could actually like touch it, or you could do like an epoxy fill over it so that it could go outside, like that kind of stuff. So anyways, sorry, just spiked in my brain. Let's see. Everybody's saying Laura's awesome. Kyle's reluctant to share this today, but I'm begging him to do it. So if you noticed, the thumbnail had made a horrifying 3D height map of my face. It's just the worst thing ever. And I asked if he could take a minute and show us how he made that. Apparently the software is rather expensive, though worth the price according to him. I don't want to fill his mouth with words. I'll let him talk about it more, but I am interested in just a tiny demo, because my only experience with this so far has been getting nightmares from the thing he created. So if you could show us really quick and kind of let us know what it's all about, I'd really like to hear more.
Yeah, not a problem. So let me share my screen. So it's actually, I did it with a piece of software called VistaSculpt. So obviously there's a price to it, right? It's not a free piece of software, because basically what I did was I took a 2D image and through the magic of the software, it generated a 3D more or less relief. So the 1 year pro license is 500 euros, just about. So just to kind of give you a price tag on that. But if we go over here, so this was my starting image. This is a sticker of Alex's face from a live stream from what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on the Discord ever
Give or
since. I
take.
love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
So this was, there's a lot of stickers there. I'll let you guys decide if I should have picked a different one. I'll leave that at that. So that was my starting, image. It's super low resolution. It's from 3 years ago, 2 cameras ago, through bad upload internet, yada, 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 right? So
Engraved Dream says, just hop back on, and the first thing I see is Alex's sticker face. Wonderful.
Yeah, you should take a look at this one. Done.
Oh, why would you spoil it?
Yeah.
What a turd. That's why I'm last. That's why you shouldn't share your screen. What a shitty boy.
Most people weren't looking.
That's fair.
So this
But-
is VistaSculpt. This is just a demo, right? So if I load an image of Alex's face, it'll take a minute. Yeah, we'll let it do the face restoration deal. So here's the funny thing, right?
God knows my face needs it.
Ouch. So you can see how big of a difference that made in cleaning that up, right? Super low res, gave it a lot more to work with here. We're going to apply that. I'm going to leave everything default. I'm just going to click generate 3D model. It's going to take a minute because, again, I have like 500 things open right now.
Well,
So
but
this
it's
isn't
also
just where it's not just translating the darks to like deep and the lights to high, right? This is actually like
I think
smartly
there's-
creating.
I think there's like a
model
bit of an AI layer going on here.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's recognized. I think it's recognizing components of your face.
Can you type the name in chat while we wait for this? Because people are asking what the software is called.
Yep.
It's Vista Print. No, Vista, Windows Vista.
Vista Sculpt.
Ah,
Alex over here, like Vista, Windows Vista.
Yeah, it's in chat. So we're gonna dig into it a little bit more. At some point, I'll have a video up about this. But as you can see,
ugh.
it's made a
Looks like
relief
potato.
of Alex's face. Now I can increase the depth scale here, or I can go over here to scale Z.
Oh my god.
I can really push it out. I mean, that's
Real
far too much,
nightmares
but like
coming to life.
we can give it just a little bit extra, and kind of depending, like it looks weird here, but on an engraving, right?
Did you
Like,
engrave this? Have you engraved this
that
already?
just might be what you need. No.
Have you
No,
engraved
I've
this yet? No, because you can't export it, right?
not.
What was
Right.
the
So this is
price
demo
on the
mode, so
software?
you're limited on what you can export. $500 for a 1 year pro sub.
John said, I had a Max Headroom flashback. Nice. Hey guys, little laser everything.
Welcome to Laser Everything thing.
Nice.
It's a good one.
So I'm gonna take a look at it. I am talking to the company right now to see if we can maybe figure out a promo code or something for everyone. But it's a work in progress. And I'll be doing a full walkthrough on what I learn about it, as well as like a kind of review. Because obviously there's a lot of people that can't just justify a $500 price tag on a piece of software to just do photos, right? But
if they don't bite, I might spend like $500 anyway, just to play with it. I said if they don't bite, I might just spend like $500 anyway, just to play with it. There's so many things that I just want to throw at that just to see what it.
Oh no, I'll be taking a look at it. That's not the question. I'm trying to help save people money, hopefully at some point.
No, yeah, for sure.
By the way, I do want to. Miranda commented the nose and chin are a little bit off because of the picture quality, like Kyle said, and the shadowing. But otherwise, his face is actually that terrifying in real life. So.
No. I I've gotten much cuter because I've gained so much weight.
You turned the lights off.
No, because I'm so fat now.
It's called dad bod syndrome, Alex.
Every episode of the show now, I just get a little bit cuter, and I'm much more friendly looking now than I used to be.
All right, so we got a couple of things. We Do Widget said he needs to 3D print it now, so that would be something cool to 3D print like 12 by 12 of his heads.
Don't 3D print that thing unless you have a fire nearby to readily dispose of it the second it's printed.
That's toxic. All right. Engrave that into an acrylic block with the green laser. Oh yeah, we can get Rob to put it into a piece of glass so that it really has that 3-dimensional terrifying thing going on.
Dude, cursed. You guys are just making cursed items.
Looks like my grandpa Joe without his teeth.
I can't get behind this.
Got him.
I have stickers of you too. Maybe we need to see 3D Kyle Ross.
Okay.
Do that, or I don't think we have any stickers of me. Do we?
No, I don't think
we have hours and hours of raw footage.
I want the cowboy one.
There's plenty. There's plenty in there to pick through. Somebody make a sticker of Matt. He's jealous.
How do you test cutting on acrylic?
The same way you test cutting on everything else. Mask it off with some paper masking tape. Draw 20 squares, or use some kind of array or test function like Lightburn has the material tester.
It's like I have a video about that from October.
You do. Some do a bunch of different speeds, either manually or automatically. Again, Kyle has a video on that. And then see which one cuts the fastest while still cutting all the way through. And then maybe pick like one slower than that.
Look what John said. John, I said the exact same thing as soon as I saw this in like real time. When
Matt literally mentioned,
I said make the 3D print, but make it look like Han Solo and carbonite. Exactly.
I could even pose for that.
I told you the photo I wanted you to recreate for me earlier. I'm going to put that on a coin.
I'm going to have to look.
I'm not going to say what it is, but I want to put it on a coin.
Kyle, have you run this through the STL to depth map site?
No, I have not. But I've taken because it's in demo mode, I can't export it. But they do have test files that you can utilize that they pre-exported
to see.
And I've run that, I've run a file from that, and it's been fine. So, we'll talk more about it later. But there's
this is why Kyle didn't want to get into it. He's not ready yet.
Yeah, this is
literally just got his hands in
very early sample testing, and I'm just very early in the process. But I'm excited to give it a solid, not a review, because maybe it will be a review, but
also use case, because sometimes people just don't understand the value of programs like that because it's something they've never messed with. It's
not for everybody.
I've never messed with it, but I can see the value. But then the other thing is, how do I turn that into money? Is how my brain works.
Depending on what you're doing, I feel like you could make the money for the license for the year back in 5 to 10 steps, which isn't bad. So, there's potential there.
Yeah, and
this is buying the laser. You have to know what to do with it.
We'll address all of that in the video I do for it, but the bigger questions are who is this for? Because not everybody can justify $500 if they're not going to be able to use it for their business. So what is it useful for? What are the strong points for it? What are the weak points for it? Can we provide any feedback to help improve it for everyone, that kind of thing.
We have a lot of toys that we need to provide that kind of feedback for that we've been given access to lately. There's that map making software that's been flying around like wildfire on YouTube. I'm sure you guys have seen it from other channels already.
Hoping to
that was on my list for today, and it's gonna happen later tonight.
See, that's the thing, but then I get these jobs like this, and it's like,
yeah, and then we have that other one that we got even before the map maker one, the like mandala.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm talking about? Yeah, it was like the geometric pattern generator thing, if I'm recalling correctly.
I want to take a look at that.
Yeah, we need to look at that too.
Well, here's a few other things people are working on too. I got some in chat that people commented real quick. So Cuban Crack said he just found out how to do colors on PMags, and now he's ordered the stuff to get that done. So congrats. I think that's one of the settings we have in our param library.
Not just a setting, we have an entire video on it.
We have a video, and we have, I think, 3 colors actually.
Yeah, and then I know there's even more you can do with that. Resin, this is pretty cool. Question: I'm currently working on putting a digital readout on my MOPA fiber laser. What are your thoughts on using that instead of the manual ruler to measure your focal distance?
I have a couple of thoughts on that actually. I don't. Do you guys have any?
I know on the LMA people. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
No, it's all right. I'll go last.
I was gonna say on the LMA, I actually was helping someone who bought a laser that had a digital readout on it, and they were pretty frustrated with it because I guess when the batteries go or something like that, like to me, it's all my trucks that I have the least amount of automatic things in it, because when they break, it's just one more thing that costs money to fix and replace. A ruler is static. It's just there. I don't think it takes too much time. Like I've never had to be like, I need those 3 seconds that the DRO saved me. I mean, unless you're working with stuff that's like really easy to scratch, or stuff like that. But even then, I've done glass and crystal trophies where I just, I'll put something really thin, like a piece of paper down underneath it. So I just think, but if you've got the money for it and you think it's going to help you, I'd say yes, right? Like, why not? But for me, that's just one of those things where like, I still need other little things. Cause how much is a DRO? Like, I think they range anywhere from like 60 to 150 is what I've seen. Like, I'm sure you can find them cheaper and rig it differently, but those are the ones I've seen. And I just feel like there's other tools that would probably be better suited for what I need. I don't know. What do you got, Alex?
Kyle.
So my opinion on a DRO is essentially that when it's mounted to a tower, it's basically reading the height of the tower in relation to the rail. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's reading the height in relation to the material. And when you're functioning with a projecting laser, that's your primary concern, is what's the difference to the material surface that you're going to be marking on. Because if you're marking on something that's 80 millimeters tall, but you focus it like it's to your workbed, it's not going to work out so awesome, right? So I don't know. I think it really depends on how it's set up. And I feel like sometimes the added steps are just adding additional complexity. And I don't know. I guess it depends on how it's set up.
You know me.
I've seen good and bad implementations.
I like a physical thing between my lens and what I'm trying to hit. You can, like Kyle suggesting, deal with having an angle situation. So, you know, if you do need to measure the distance from the center of the lens out to the like edge of the bed, that is something that you can do much easier with just a physical stick. I also, you know, don't think that having to do math every time I'm trying to focus something is good. That's like just,
yeah.
Because basically, if you have like a 25 millimeter thick piece of material, you have to take the distance from the lens to the bed and then subtract the thickness of the material. Like just jam the stick in. Just jam the stick in there, and then it's done. I don't know. I Just like keep it simple, stupid.
Michael had a good point.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I do like the idea for using it for defocusing, because once you already have your focus, then you can just read, and whatever the number is, you can just like remove 3 millimeters or remove 6
zero it out,
millimeters.
and when you move, you know what you're. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very nice.
Yeah, Michael said I get my distance with focus 6, 0 out, and then DRO for the defocus.
Yep.
Let's see. Gulf Coast. Oh my gosh. Said if you need any help checking out new stuff, let me know. I have back surgery on June 24th, and I have a year's worth of recovery ahead of me. Holy cow, dude! I hope that goes as well as it can.
I want you to focus on recovering. Feel better, man.
My God. All right, real quick. Talking about a tombstone is what Vince was talking about for like my dog. No, not a tombstone. It was more like
it's like a memory memorial thing, right?
Like, so I was thinking like we have like a little butterfly garden that my daughter wants to start this summer, and I was trying to think of like stuff to put out there, like a little bench from like IKEA and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like just nothing crazy, but she really likes butterflies, and we were trying to do that. And so I was thinking about that. And then for the tombstone, I actually made something out of slate, and then I put it into concrete, and then we put an epoxy over it, so it's like all one piece, and it's just there, and it's a tombstone, like same thing where it just lays flat on the ground, and it's like got a little thing for him, and he's under a tree in the back 9, I guess, of my in-laws house. So nice little resting spot. So yeah, but it's more like a memory stone or something like that. But there's a lot of people who, once I posted that video like a year ago or a year and a half ago, and a lot of people were like, oh, I'd love one of those. But at the time, I just didn't really want to put a whole bunch of people's pets onto a stone, because I think Lori had said that she didn't like looking at her old pets, or maybe it was Rose said they don't like looking at it. But anywho. All right. Lori said, Laura, please come on the podcast. It needs more women. Yeah.
Come on, Laura.
I mean, look at these faces. Beard, kind of a beard. And then we need somebody who's pretty. So, Laura.
Oh, I have a beard. That screenshot is old.
Well.
I look like a bush that fell into a bush.
What?
All right. You really killed it. Rose said, I use Blender, Nomad Sculpt for depth mats of 3D items. 2D mini recommended depth are, but I haven't tried that one yet. Any experience with any of those, Kyle?
Sort of. A lot of failed experiences when it comes to Blender, at least.
I know Blender's hard. Everybody's like, use Blender, it's ezy, and then you open it and you're like, it's Blender, it's hard.
It's like you stuck your hand in the Blender.
So I primarily use Shaper 3D for my 3D building workflow when I'm modeling stuff. I have messed around a little bit with Nomad Sculpt, but Blender for me wasn't as easy to pick up. And honestly, when it comes to depth maps, particularly from photos, or from 3D images, not images, 3D files, like objects, I feel like there's just a much faster and easier workflow that you could have. And that's why I'm excited to check out the there's 2 programs, not just one. I showed you guys one. There's a second program that we'll be checking out as well as part of that. I might as well just call it a little mini series. There are other options out there, like you mentioned, with Blender, Nomad Sculpt, Depth R. I'm targeting for something more approachable for the masses, if that makes sense. Not everybody has the ability, not necessarily the ability, the time necessary to kind of master the skills for a workflow that's a little more complex like that.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them, to be perfectly blunt.
Yeah, like if you didn't have the time to literally dedicate to it, like that's no. All right, so speaking of dedicating time, you can do reds and blues, is what Cuban Crack said, with an RIT die going back.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means, but I started because I didn't want to forget to tell Bronson.
Yeah, no, I thought that was cool. I saw that too, and I was like, oh snap. So an RIT die. Somebody tell us what that is.
I don't know what it is.
I'm sure it has something like resin
It's
We're
writ
gonna
die.
learn.
Got it.
Bronson, call me.
Call me maybe. Let's see. It looks like a great program, Kyle, is what Laura said. Directed Tech says they just bought a RevoPoint Miraco 3D scanner. I'm excited to mess around with it. Yeah, dude.
It reminds me of Jurassic Park when the kids are in the car with the lawyer and he's like, "Is it heavy?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Then it's expensive. Put it down." It's like the first thing.
All right, let me show you guys real quick. So apparently we are streaming to Instagram, I guess. Is that like a new thing we're doing?
What?
Because Miranda, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Miranda said that there are questions from Instagram.
We're not streaming to it.
She just hey, you can ask questions here.
Yeah.
All right, here, check it out. So let me add these to the stage because there are two good questions. So Chad the Weed said, "What is the best MOPA source laser for someone on a budget of less than 15K?" So
you have all the options.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get like a.
Let me see if I can find the. Obviously, like the JPTs, but I want to see if I can find the GZ Tech catalog really quick because they have some really great new design budget options that are worth checking out.
All right, yeah, I'll let you look for that.
I'm gonna look for that for a minute.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, I can also say too, Matt or Alec already mentioned JPT, but JPT's new E2 sources seem. I haven't gotten manufacturer pricing quotes or anything like that, but they seem to be significantly cheaper in cost. And in terms of specs are very relatable. So like you could pick up a 200 watt source from JPT, their M7 E2 series for far less than that even.
Yeah, I mean the 15K budget, I would say, like doesn't really fit the product type because you can basically just buy any source, any pulsed laser source in the 10,064 nanometer range is going to be under 15K at this point.
1,000
maybe. Yeah, thanks. If you had asked 5 years ago, we'd be having a different conversation, but yeah, I mean, they're just so cheap now.
And then the other thing that I would answer to that would be if you're really on a budget, it'd be the one that you need for the application you're going to use. It's like our kind of go-to old answer, talk about old school. But honestly, like there's no point, in my opinion, of buying, like there's some pluses and some minuses that you get when you buy lower level laser as well as a higher level laser. To me, being right in the middle, like a 50 or a 60 watt, is going to do what you need more over all the time. If you're someone who's like, I will do 3D depth engraving, okay, get 100 or an 80, sure.
The people, even the hundreds are just like, you're just kind of showing off at this point. Like for the vast majority of people, I can't imagine what you would need more than 80 watts for. 60 watts still, to me, feels like extremely powerful. And when I turn on that Mactron 80 watt MTFP laser that's sitting on the shelf behind the main camera in the studio, it like still shocks me when I'm like 50% power, and it's like just it's a lot. It's just a lot. I mean, you're just like spewing IR all over the stuff that you're trying to delicately mark, and for the vast majority of things, having that much power doesn't make that much sense.
And I will say, because you've got the MOPA, you can change the frequency and like then mess with your Q pulse and all that to really like take that down. But then you're having to do extra work and extra math and extra thinking that if you had a 50 or 60 watt, you wouldn't have to necessarily mess with. For those, like, you don't have to fine tune because you're not cranking through trying to rip through the center of the earth. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the other factor too is like you guys were saying in terms of deep engraving versus a lot of the reason why people ask about MOPA is because of color marking, and they think, or their business plan revolves around doing colors on titanium or stainless. And ultimately getting a 100 or a 200 watt laser for just doing color marking is a huge waste of money and actually makes it way harder on yourself. It's way easier to do colors with like a 60 watt or a 30 watt than it would be for 100 watt, because you're in such a low level of power that if you think about what 10% power is on 100 watt, that's 10 watts of output in theory. Whereas, you know, 10% of a 60 watt is 6 watts. You're already at half almost. And it's just way easier to control. And there is such a thing as stable power output too. So if you try and turn the power down too low, a lot of sources don't like to fire. So just there's a lot of factors to do with that, and we would need to know more.
So we all know the JPT M7s or the Max. I think they're we can look those up too. Even Breakus has MOPA sources now, but these are the newest ones on the market. These are the GZ Tech GM series pulsed fiber lasers. Everything that I've read about this spec sheet wise has looked incredibly impressive. And this will be the first source that we hook up to the test bench when we finally film the test bench project. I still have every intention of doing that. But they're really nice sources, and they undercut just about everybody else on the market right now. So you get a tunable frequency from 1 to 3,000 kilohertz, which is more than any of you will ever need for anything. And a nice wide pulse width range from 2 to 500 nanoseconds, which is also excellent. So this is really strong. This is a really strong contender. I also want to point out, if it's listed here, I don't want to misquote it. Oh yeah, it's a 2.0 millijoule source, which is immense. It's immensely powerful for heavy pulse energy use cases like cutting. So if you're trying to cut out a bunch of like aluminum keychains or like jewelry blanks or something, and you insist on doing that kind of work with a galvo laser, because there are a lot of people that do, the 2.0 millijoules and higher, and there are not a lot that go higher than that, are ideal. Whereas like your regular, these are just like regular pulsed MOPAs over here. These come in at 0.8. And oftentimes you'll see from like 1 to 1.5 millijoules. Reaching out and grabbing something with the 2.0 millijoule peak output power is going to really improve the fluidity in which you can accomplish those tasks. So I'm really excited to play with this, and I just wanted to shout them out because they're not as well known as some of the other bigger brands that we talk about on the channel all of the time. But they were founded by a bunch of ex-JPT employees, and they seem like they're making really good stuff. So we're going to take a look at these soon, but I just wanted to shout them out while we were on the subject here.
Yep. All right. So really quick, we got going back to what was said a few minutes ago. Just jam the stick in. Thanks, guys. Said Resin Studios. John said Alex doing math be like.
Did you know? There's that stupid thing again.
By the way,
yes.
RIT is a brand of dye for tie dyeing. I had no clue. And then
I have no idea what that is.
Said the same thing. And then Miranda made fun of me. Have you guys never? Well, I guess us. Have you guys never tie dyed? No, I'm not a dirty hippie. Let's see. I mean, kind of, but anyways. Any recommendations on a fiber for those tumblers? Ooh, I'd say again 50 or 60 watts gonna do everything super fast. But CO2 Galvo behind me, let me see, that would be this guy. You go.
The CO2 Galvo will do it.
Resin Dragon. Hi.
Faster than a fiber can.
Why didn't I know about this? Look. Boop. You should go do that. I just did it. I clicked the subscribe
I already
button.
am.
I'm gonna turn on notifications too. Yeah, I know. Obviously, you beat me to it. There are a lot of videos here. Look at this. This is nuts. There's like multiple playlists, all kinds of cool projects and stuff.
Man, a ton of stuff.
I'm gonna have to go.
What is this bullshit? Guys, go sub. She's got 144 videos.
Ooh, she's almost to 1,000.
She's got a resin artist.
Buy me a cup of resin. I love that.
You were looking at doing
dude, look at
resin
this
printing, Alex.
They're literally resin dragons. Yeah.
Are you
Check
serious right now?
Dude, I'm dead ass. What the fuck?
God.
I don't know. People just have names on you. They just like name their stuff, and it's like I didn't know that was literally.
Oh, look how cool those are.
Yeah.
So this like rather instead of FDM, this is what SLA. Is that right?
Well,
Or is it different?
she's pouring resin.
What is that?
Oh, she's pouring like resin molds.
But you
She's,
can
like,
make molds with 3D printing though.
Oh
My God, you can make shanks.
dude, look at that. Yeah, dude, this is like the sexiest prison shanks.
Oh my God! don't call it shanks.
Well, shanks for subscribing, everybody.
Prints and pour. Oh, so this is the mold. So she's printing the mold, and then she pour. Whoa!
By the way,
moved.
Miranda's trying to give you an out. She said that Alex had been watching Blippi for 2 years, which I can say is fact because all the time he's like, all right, let's talk about our plans for the next video, and in the back it's like, hey guys, let's talk about balls.
That's so cute.
Wait, what?
All right. Well, I've got a new
Oh,
giant
you
light
make a
bulb
resin
videos.
blush.
I need to
That
start
was
watching.
removing it from the mold.
Look at those. They glow, bro. Shit, I can't watch this. I'm gonna
I was
get.
gonna say, like, all right, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
All right, hold on, we gotta keep going.
No, Laura, you're next. Resin can come on after.
All right, recommendations on a fiber for those tumblers. I would say 50 or 60 watt. Honestly, gets them done for me very fast. But CO2 Galvo is probably the better option if you're doing all the colors. And Alex and I actually tested that in one of the videos that he just did, because I gave him the settings from my 60 watt CO2 Galvo for the cups that I did. And then we converted them down to 30 watt. Right?
Yeah, and then just like 2 tweaks.
Tweaked a little.
It took 5 minutes.
Yeah, so instead of it taking 3 to 5 minutes for a cup, because his design was pretty intricate and also large, it went down to, I think it was like a minute and a half or a minute and 40 seconds a cup.
To be clear, it took
good.
5 minutes to make the tweaks, not 5 minutes to run the cup. The cups are getting done in like 2 minutes with that setting. It was ridiculous. And you don't have to even care or pay attention to what color it is. It doesn't matter. If it's doing the white, the red, we had a navy, a royal blue, a black,
teal,
and a sea foam. Yep, the teal sea foam. And it did all of them. Same exact settings, same exact amount of time, all perfectly clean.
And one of the things, the only thing that changes is the char looks different on it. And you're like, oh, this one didn't make it through. And I'd be like, no, you're fine. It's going to be fine when it does the crosshatch. And I do the crosshatch. He's like, oh, yeah, it's gone. So if I were going to do that, by the way, I'm pretty sure that's what like Yeti and those companies do. I think they use a CO2 Galvo. But that's the other thing I was going to tell you guys. So this is where it kind of was getting interesting here. This is why I love our chats. Like, look at this. Rose was saying, I've been saving up for the ComMarker 30 watt, and I'm surprised how it's only $2,500. 5 years ago when I was looking into lasers, that would have been so much more, which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Resin said, yep, I remember looking up fibers when I first started. They were so much more. I recently got the B4 60 watt, and I love it, but I barely scratched the surface of what it can do. And then Gulf Coast said, looking at getting a 60 watt CO2 Galvo for himself. So I was going to go back to that one question of if I had $15,000, what one laser would I get? And my answer would be I would get two. I would probably get a 60 watt MOPA JPT, just because having MOPA is nice. And someone else said, MOPA, you don't have to have it, but it's nice. Why not, right? And then I would get a 30 or 60 watt CO2 Galvo for the purposes of tumblers and flat.
I feel like for 15 grand, you would not have a problem fitting a 60 watt of each into a budget. For that.
For sure. I think mine was just at 7,000, and I'm pretty sure the 50 or 60 watt you can get now for like.
I'm pretty sure the prices have fallen since last year, even on those.
Yeah, and then I'd keep $5,000 to buy products to test and buy a website from Andrew Farmer, and like I'm serious, I would get like for 15 grand. That's a company in a box, like ready to go.
That's a business plan ready to go.
Yep, and so I would definitely. And by the way, I make that's where I was going to tell you guys. So the reason I took the cups that I took today was the tumblers, because they were like just the 20-ounce tumblers that everybody's used to seeing. And I made it so that what I made them would fit in my, like, it's something, a design I could do on my 60-watt CO2 Galvo with cylinder correction. So that basically I'd be making anywhere from $9 to $11 per cup, and they'd take about 50 seconds per cup to make. So if I'm making $10 per minute, I'm okay with that. And it really is that fast. Like, you trade them out, it's 10 seconds. I think I made a video on that Alex it's in the queue, the best CO2 tumbler laser for 2024. But anyways,
Yep.
all right,
in the queue.
it's another one. God, there's so many
Another
things.
one.
We're at an hour.
Another one. All right, Jason said, I'm looking at getting a laser. All right. I was thinking about the Ohmtech 80 watt for the bigger bed. Oh, so this is a gantry. Is there a better option? Not sure what all my work will be, but likely want to cut acrylic a 1/4 inch or less. Oh,
If you're getting it for cutting, you need at least 80 watts, maybe 100. Ohmtech. Let's go look at Ohmtech's website.
It being the best option for you is also dependent on how much time you're willing to spend tuning it in. Ohmtech is a great budget option.
They are.
That would be probably where I would go
watts.
for a laser if I was on a limited budget.
Three grand, dude. Damn, I forgot these things are cheap.
Yeah. Also, it depends on how big of a piece of sheet material you want to be able to fit onto the bed.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. So I think this is the 28 by 20, which is the size of mine. And I took the 80 watt tube out and put a 100 watt tube, and it fit. So you could upgrade down the line if you wanted to, this end cap, unless they've drastically changed things, which I very highly doubt. 100 watt tube should fit in here, no problem. You really, raw DC cutting power is important when you're cutting.
They sell them with 100 watt tubes pre-installed as well.
So here I was looking. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my god, look at the thing. Look at the ass on that one. $35.99 for the 28 by 20. Or you said the larger bed, so it's 24 by 40. Yeah, that could be an option too. Under $6,000, not bad at all. They do need a little TLC. You can watch the channel, especially a lot of my older content revolved around my very finicky Ohmtech CO2 laser, and it's still a beast. Still works to this day. I'll give it that. It's a tank, but they need some TLC. So like Kyle said, if you have time, I think it's a good option, and I'm certain they've gotten better as laser engraving is kind of blown up.
And then this is where. Oh, go ahead, Kyle.
I was gonna say, if you're in a position where you can spend some time getting it fine-tuned and working good, then cool. If you're not, then you're basically trading that money savings for time savings, and you're basically paying more for a more premium brand.
If you don't know much about lasers too, and you're trying to learn more, like hobby / get into it, that's how you're gonna get like literally elbow deep in the machines, figuring this stuff out. And that's where I was gonna say, I feel like the buying guide, which if you haven't been to our website that we haven't mentioned yet this podcast, lasereverything.net, the buying guide, this is something, if you're going to cut 1/4 inch acrylic, which I cut a ton, I literally just threw away over 100 sheets of scrap, and cut out the pieces that I could still use and stuff because I'm a hoarder. But if you go to, Kyle, where would the, what do you call it?
Use your words.
Compressors. That'd be shop and tools.
Shop and tools.
Power tools, shop fixtures, cleaning
Speaking
products.
of compressors.
No, that's laser equipment under air.
Oh.
Laser equipment. Here we go. So this is what I'm going to thank you. I was going to say compressors, go buy, forget the 1 gallon, just go straight to the 8 gallon. The California Air Tools is the quietest. I've actually had it go off while the show is going before, and it's under like 60 decibels. It's so quiet. You can have conversations. And even if you're cutting, which I usually cut at like 30 PSI for 1/4 inch, which is overkill. But the nice thing is I can, and I never have to worry about it. And for $230, it's a no-brainer. I can work in my shop until like 2 or 3 in the morning in my neighborhood with the house 15 feet away. No one hears or cares. So definitely that would be something huge if you're doing a lot of cutting, because that's just going to change your shop. An air assist kit would be really big if you're going to buy an Omtech and it doesn't have one. Bronson actually put one in one day. That's basically where it's got a solenoid that will like turn on and off the air for you in light burn.
I mean, you have to wire it into the controller, but yeah.
Correct. And I think either Alex or Kyle helped them put that in.
I like the 1 gallons.
I gave him.
Well, but I mean, what I'm talking about, like cutting for like 4 hours.
I think he did
cutting?
a lot of that on his own.
So
I didn't realize we were still talking about cutting.
Yeah, well, that's what he asked about. He's like, I'm cutting stuff. So, yeah, if you're going to do that.
I don't think it's edited yet, but the video is definitely filmed for the air assist. And I already have the bypass switch upgrade that I installed after the fact. That is
also in the queue.
Yes.
And then,
go ahead.
I was going to say, and I actually have a video that's almost done on the Ascend where I've literally put like all the different things that are in my shop, literally every different cup that I could. Waiting on Kyle to help me out on that. The Rotoboss, if you want to pay off your laser really, really fast, buy a rotary, right? I have this one, I've got the Junior, and I've got the Ascend, and they're big numbers. They have cheaper versions too now, like the Boot Rotoboss. They've got the Talon. They've got so many different ways, but cups pay bills, man. Like they just get stuff done. So that would be the stuff that I would make sure you get sooner rather than later, I guess, would kind of throw my 2 cents in there.
I also, since we were on that subject too, I also have a California Air Tools 8-gallon air compressor that Matt showed. A video on that will be coming. I don't know. I have like 12 projects that I've finished up that are in process of edit or in.
Kyle and I have like overloaded Alex.
Yeah, I also have a A to Z knife tutorial for doing. God, what's the word?
Use your words.
Bird.
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
The knife that you got from JP.
Yeah. Template. Yeah. So I have a tutorial coming on creating your own templates that fit up perfectly to whatever object you want to engrave, and using those templates to then slice your design to fit whatever segment of that template you want. And then I have another art guide coming after that. Alex has part 2 of his box.
Dude, I have like 8 million things coming. I shot all the footage for all of those GP Plus. So if you guys remember the unboxing we did not too long ago, I was like, I'm going to make a video. We'll do some testing and see how these do. And then I made like 300 hours of video, just like engraving all of this stuff. So it's going to be like 4 separate videos where we break it down by material and we test them on every single laser that I own, at like every single one. So, they'll be really thorough. So those are coming too. And we did just publish an episode, plug time. Guess what, guys? Episode's over. So listen to me talk about things you need to go do. Go watch my new episode. I uploaded it today, and it's being overshadowed by the podcast as far as the algorithm is concerned. So make sure you go watch this. Can we resurrect the Mira 9 for a laser cutting project? It's cool. I like dust off the Mira 9 and we put it back together, and you get a view of like, you know, the new studio and just kind of like some behind the scenes shots of me working, which I like. It feels nostalgic to me, like one of the older Laser Everything videos. So if that's your thing, you'll probably really like this. So make sure you go watch that. Number 2, Resin Dragon Studios, guys, one more time, go subscribe. 857 subscribers. We can break that 1K mark by the end of the week, I think. So if you have not already, make sure that you go subscribe to Resin Dragon Studios. I did and will be watching quite a bit of this. Third, Johnson Plastics Plus, our sponsor, did not get a great plug at the beginning of the show, so let's give them one now. Shout out to our sponsor, Johnson Plastics Plus, the number one way to buy stuff for your laser that you can then sell to other people for more money. They've literally got just like so much here, not just engraving stuff, but sublimation stuff. Speaking of new episodes, Matt has 2 coming out about sublimation printing that he's really proud of. So we'll be showing those off really soon. Supplies from JP Plus as well. And I've got a whole nother, I'm just finishing the box of like materials they sent the first time and all of the tests that I have to do. And they sent another one before I even finished with like a whole bunch of other materials that I'm going to have to do the same thing for now to be consistent. So Johnson Plastics Plus is amazing. I've been buying from them since the very first episode of this channel. You can fact check me on that. Go watch episode 1 of Laser Everything before it was even called Laser Everything. And we're engraving Romark that I bought literally from this website. So it is a brand that I stand behind. It's quality that I stand behind, customer service that I stand behind. I can't recommend them enough. So thank you guys for helping to sponsor the podcast. We really, really appreciate you. And last but not least, guys, if you enjoy the show and everything we do here at the channel, trying to provide free and open resources for laser engravers, consider signing up for the Laser Master Academy. It's the #1 way to support the channel. You get a bunch of bonus goodies for signing up, like the supplemental course guides that go along with the courses that we're publishing for free on the channel. Matt's been working really hard on self-paced assessments for that. There are audio courses that you can take. So if you are looking for more of like a listening or an auditory experience, we've got you covered on that, as well as written course material, which is all super cool. We've got a massive community over the LMA now, over 4,000 members. Bonus live streams and podcasts if you are into that sort of thing. And stuff's changing over there every week, not because of the LMA, just because I'm crazy and I can't help myself. If you would like to support the show with PayPal, you can't sign up for the LMA, but you can sign up for the Make Army. Make Army, guys, coffee, YouTube memberships. I've been seeing a lot of new names popping up with the YouTube memberships there. Thank you, guys. Patreon and LiberaPay are all options for you. They all offer more or less the same rewards. You can read about that on our website at lasereverything.net/support. And that is all of my plugs. Thank you for your time.
One last thing. If you go to Johnson Plastics Plus, make sure you use the code YLR-ZDF to save yourself 15%. So,
if the code changes, check the description.
Yeah, the description's always got it, but if you're listening, it's in the next couple of weeks. Boom. Okay.
Yep. All right, good stuff. We're only an hour and 12 minutes. Kyle, you seem to be in good shape today. Dude, that dog has been working.
My shape is very round.
That dog has been working. Don't listen to Kyle. Kyle's been out like walking his freaking new pooch. She's so cute.
Yeah.
He's been glowing lately, man. He's been getting out of the house, getting away from the lasers for 5 minutes. Making me happy.
I love my dog.
Almost 10.
We need to have Dog on the show soon. I don't think we've actually had like a moving picture of puppers.
A moving picture? She was on the podcast.
Yeah, she was literally in his lap.
Was it last week or the week before?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she was on the podcast.
Resin says she needs to see the pup.
Dude, literally, Alex is so old. He's like, we need to have a talkie of your new pup.
She was on my lap at the start of 2 weeks ago's podcast.
Yeah. It's the Laser Everything Picture Show.
That's all I got, guys. The buzz is coming.
Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for new episodes. There is a lot coming downstream. And we'll see you in the next one.
Good night, everybody.